Hi guys, tonight we have the quadratic formula. Super excited about it because I know you all will like this. Reason being, quadratic formula is kind of when you just don't want to factor, you don't feel like you can factor, you're over factoring, you can just plug numbers into the quadratic formula using your graphing calculator and it will spit out the answer for you. This is what it is. I'm just being honest with you. So I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly because I know that you all can use your graphing calculator for this. Okay, so let's look at this first equation. X squared plus 5x plus 5. Can we factor that? Looking at factors of 5, they're only just 5 and 1, and 5 and 1 does not get us to a sum of 5. So, no. Square root method. Can we use square root method? No, because of this bx term. So that's a no. Completing the square. Completing the square, I told you yesterday that's kind of when you can't factor or square root method. However, and we still could, but it's going to be messy because half of 5 is 2.5 and then 2.5 squared is 6.25. So it's going to be decimals and it's not fun. Well, I don't like to do stuff if it's not easy. So no, we'll be messy with our decimals. So here's where we can use quadratic formula. And quadratic formula is something that you're going to remember forever. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It's one of those memes that's like, yeah, you taught me the quadratic formula, but now I can't do taxes. It's one of those things. But it's very helpful. And again, you can just put all these numbers in your calculator. You see this formula and be done with it. Excuse me. This is another, I've done this video several times. Y'all, I've been sitting in front of this computer for hours doing these videos. And I'm not even your teacher anymore. Look at me. That's why lots of coffee. But I will have to say, I saw one of you all today and made my day, made my night. So, real proud of that. And happy about that. Should be proud. I'm happy about that. Time out real fast before we get into quadratic formula. I want to show you on my shirt. So this is one of my favorite things, and I'm going to be wearing it all the time. So it says all these fun things on here. I'm going to read them out to you. More music, more love, more sunsets, more kindness, more road trips, more hugs, more fun, more peace, more wandering, more art, more laughs, more dreaming, more adventures, more happiness, more concerts, more smiles, more freedom, more creativity, more movie nights, and more life. This is my new favorite thing to wear because I totally feel like that is what is needed today and every day. I was at Trader Joe's in Lexington today, and the guy that was checking me out, he was like, dude, I love your shirt. That's so cool. I was like, yeah. I absolutely think that this is more just good. We need more of all this. Like everybody, whatever it is, whatever you can do on here, do it. If you can give more smiles, give them. If you can give more art, give it. If you can give more kindness, give it. Whatever it is that you can do, give this. So I'm going to be wearing this all the time. So just because I feel like if you put it out there, maybe it's going to happen. Anyway, sorry. Another one of Miss Flick's rants. Back to quadratic formula. All right, so we use quadratic formula when we have equations in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, so that's standard form equation. The formula, x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of 4ac divided by 2 times a. And again, those a, b, and c letters, those all represent numbers, okay? If they're not in standard form, we have to rewrite them so that they are in standard form. So that's what we're going to do in numbers 1 and 2. So we have x squared plus 3x plus 4. To put that in standard form, we need to move the 6 over. So subtract 6 on both sides. And now I'm going to rewrite it over here. We have x squared plus 3x. 4 minus 6 is negative 2 equals 0. So your a value, it's that number in front of your x, which is 1. B value is 3. And then C value is negative 2. Okay, same thing for number 2. I'm going to move my 4x over because we want everything on the same side. So now, I was going to write on the other side. So now we have 3x squared minus 4x. And make sure you write it in order. Don't do like 3x squared plus 8 minus 4x. I mean, it's fine, but you want to keep everything in order. Equals 0. Your a value, that is 3. B value is negative 4. And the C value is 8. There we go. That's rewriting it in standard form and then pulling out that A, B, and C values. So to use a quadratic form, first step, write it in standard form if you need to. You might not have to, but if you need to, make sure it's in standard form so that you can see that A, B, and C value. And identify those at step 2. Number 3, which we're getting ready to do, we're going to substitute those values wherever they go in the formula, that A, B, and C. And then next, simplify. So just kind of work it out using PEMDAS. And then we're going to see at the end how you split it into 2 equations. That plus or minus right here, that's where we have to make it into 2 equations to get our 2 solutions. All right, so looking at this equation, our A value, that's 1. B value is negative 4. Make sure you keep that sign with it. That is huge. Some of you all have a problem with keeping your signs. Make sure that you are checking your signs. And then C is 3. All right, so first part of the formula is negative B. So you see that negative's on the outside. We need to still keep our negative on the inside. So that is negative 4. And then plus or minus the square root of B squared. So negative 4 squared minus 4 times A, which is 1, times C, which is 3. All of that divided by 2 times A, which is 1. So we have substituted all of our values in. Now we're going to simplify it on down. So x equals negative 4. That's kind of like saying negative 1 times negative 4. So now it becomes positive 4 plus or minus the square root. Negative 4 squared is 16. Negative 4 times 1 times 3, that's minus 12. All of that divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. So next, I have x equals 4 plus or minus 16 minus 12. So that is square root of 4. And then divided by 2. So here's where I was saying now we're going to split it up into 2 equations. So x equals 4. I'm going to start with plus. Square root of 4 is 2. And then divided by 2. Actually, I'm going to get rid of, well, no, never mind. Now I've got x equals 4 minus 2 divided by 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. This one. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So your 2 answers are x equals 3 and x equals 1. So that's all you do. Easy peasy, right? All right. I'm going to do number 3 and 6 with you. And then you can go back and do number 4 and 5 on your own. If you want to pause me when I'm done, I'll come back and give you the answers. So for number 3, this is already in standard form. I'm so tired of sitting in this chair. It's already in standard form, so I can just write off to the side what my A, B, and C values are. A equals 2, and this song that Alexa's playing is terrible. Oh well. Okay, B is 3 and C is negative 77. All right, so we start off with negative b plus or minus. So this is going to be negative 3 plus or minus the square root of b squared. So 3 squared minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 77. All of that divided by 2 times 2. All right, next step, I'm going to do another color. So negative 3 plus or minus, and this is what I was saying. You can just put all of this in your calculator. It just makes life a lot easier. Let's see. Where did I have this one written out? I have so many of these written out. My graphing calculator does not work anymore. I've had it for 14 years, and I need to replace the batteries, and I just haven't. Okay, so let's see. 3 squared is 9. So, and then, say 8, 77. So that would be square root of all that in there. So 3 squared is 9. And then we have like negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 77 is 616. So negative and negative make a positive. So we have 9 plus 616. All that divided by 4. So next, negative 3. Okay, so 9 plus 616, that is 625. Square root of 625 is 15, right? Gosh, sorry guys. 625. Oh, 25. I'm glad I checked that. 3 plus 25 divided by 4. And then negative 3 minus 25 divided by 4. All right, negative 3 plus 25, that is, did I do something wrong? No, this is right. Yeah, it's just a decimal. I just want to make sure. Okay, negative 3 plus 25, that is 22. And 22 divided by 4 is 5.5. And then negative 3 minus 25, that's negative 28. Negative 28 divided by 4 is negative 7. So x equals negative 5.5. and x equals negative 7. Okay, so again, this is not, I hate saying this is not hard, because some of you all might be like, this is hard. But as long as you can just define what your A, B, and C values are and use that graphing calculator, just plug it in. My graphing calculator, it's failing me, so I'm having to use my phone calculator, which is not the same. But use it, and it'll give you the answers. I mean, this is one time when I'm like, use everything that you have. Use all the technology. Okay, so I'm going to do number 6 with you, because this is a system of equations. I know you all loved systems of equations before, but this is nothing crazy. So we've got a system of equations where our two values are equal to y. So system of equations says that for substitution, we can just set them equal to each other since they're both equal to y. So I can just say x squared minus 168 equals 2x. And then I need to just rewrite it in standard form. My dog is like, you have been over there, you're not playing with me? Bless his heart. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. And then now I've got x squared minus 2x minus 168 equals 0. Okay, we're in standard form. So now I just have to write out my a, b, and c. And I'm going to do those up here so that I have room over to the right to solve this because I just need all the room. A equals 1, b equals -2, and c equals -168. Holy moly. All right, so first step, it's negative b, and our b is already a negative number, so it's going to be +2 plus or minus the square root of b squared, so -2 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times -168. All of that divided by 2 times 1. All right, next step, 2 plus or minus square root of 4 plus, and I'm saying plus because I can see here, -4 times 1 is -4. -4 times -168 is, let's see, 4 times 168, that is 672. So plus 672 divided by 2. Now we've got 2 plus 4 plus 672 is 676. Square root of 676 is 26 plus 26 divided by 2. That equals 28 divided by 2 is 19. Oops. And then we've got 2 minus 26 divided by 2 equals 24, -12. -12. The reason why I don't want to use the space off to the left is because we have to solve for x and we have to put those in for x and y. All right, so those are our two x values. So if we put, let's see, here it is up in here. It's kind of hard to see from all this writing. So y equals 2 times x. So we've got to put both of our x values in for this. So y equals 2 times 19. And then y equals 2 times -12. So that is I'm wrong. I'm sorry, guys. If we were in class, you would be like, Miss Flick, you were so wrong. It is not 19, it is 14. Sorry. I'm thinking this doesn't look right. That is 14. Right there. 14. Okay. Looks much better. All right. So y equals 28. And then y equals -24. So here are ordered pairs. I don't know why I put a parentheses around that. So our ordered pairs would be, we put in 14 for our first one, so that's our input. Our output is 28. Our input for the next one was -12, and then our output was -24. There we go. I know that's a lot of work, but this is our answer. Right there. Because it's saying what are the solutions to the system. So we got to give them our x, or our x and our y. All right, number 7. So we've got a firework that is shot from a platform that is 100 meters high. The height of the firework is h, can be represented by this equation. So we can input whatever height we want. That's just going to give us the equation. And if we want to solve for x, so for whatever height we've got the fireworks, how long does it take in seconds for it to like reach the ground, or how much time has passed? So if the height of the firework is 75 meters, write an equation that could be used to find the amount of time that's passed. So we would just write this as 75 equals negative 5x squared plus 20x plus 100. Okay. So with this, get my notes out here. Okay. So with this, the reason why we've got it as 75, again, is because that's what this is telling us. If it is 75 meters high. So we're going to put 75 in for our h of x. And then we are going to solve. Okay, so let's go ahead and put it in standard form. So I'm going to subtract 75 on both sides. And then I have negative 5x plus 20x plus 25. And that equals 0. Okay, so off to the side, let's go ahead and determine what our a, b, and c values are. A equals negative 5. B is 20. C is 25. Okay, so here's where I'm going to say use your graphing calculator. I'm going to go ahead and write out the formula with the numbers in it, and I want you all to use your graphing calculator and see what solutions you get. If it's just maybe using the inside of the square root, doing that, because there's a lot going on inside of that square root, that's fine. And then solving it out on your own after that, or if you want to do the whole thing, whatever you want. Use that graphing calculator. Okay, so we've got negative 20 plus or minus square root of 20 squared minus 4 times negative 5 times 25 divided by 2 times negative 5. All right. If you want to hit pause, work on that, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the answer. Your two answers are x equals negative 1 and x equals 5. Okay, so if you put that in your graphing calculator, those should be your two answers. If you want to, again, do like negative 20 plus square root of all that divided by 2 times negative 5, or if you just want to put in negative 10, you can do that in your head. That would be one answer. Next answer, negative 20 minus square root, all that business divided by negative 10. It's going to give your next answer as well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Okay, lastly, which solution makes sense in the context of this situation? The only one that makes sense is 5. Because you can't have negative time. Can't have negative seconds passing. Because you can't say it negative 1 seconds passed since that firework went off. It just is what it is. All right. I'm going to tell you the answers to numbers 4 and 5. 4 is, let's see, whoops. 4 is 3. X equals 3. And x equals negative 2.25. And then if you want to pause me before I tell you the next answer, and if you want to see what that is, or try to work it on your own. X equals 5.65 and X equals 0.35. So if you're like, I got decimals, I must be wrong. You could be right. All right, there we go, guys. I think that's it. Yep. Okay, quadratic formula is done. You'll have a good day.